Let's talk Derby. I'm Kirby, and we're so glad you're joining us right now for a very special Derby Week edition here at Rhodes. We're talking what else but hats.
Oh, yeah, my favorite subject!
I'm here with my very good friend and the featured milliner from Churchill Downs for the 145th running of the Kentucky Derby,
That's
Christine
right.
Moore, all the way in from New York City.
New York City, but I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy to be here.
This is really your second home.
It is really my second home. Well, my third because I grew up in Pennsylvania. But you know, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, very similar. And I love Kentucky. But I really feel like I would move here.
So one of the things
I'm not. Oh, Dad, I'm not.
Sorry, took out your tooth.
So, no, my dad would be bummed out if I moved away from him. But you know, it's all about the hats. So I want to really talk about hats.
So one of the things that we have talked about through the years is the importance of really feeling comfortable out there on Derby Day or Oaks Day or whatever day you're going.
Yes.
So we're going to go through it all. If you're a last minute hat buyer, we're going to talk to you about the different styles and sizes, even how to keep it looking nice if it rains.
Yes,
okay.
I have all that. You know, I'm a hat nerd. So I mean, I have all that knowledge. So the thing is that I always say, if you futz with your fashion, you lost half your story. So you can look fabulous, but if you're like, you know, it doesn't work.
Not comfortable.
Not comfortable because you lose your confidence, or you're telling the world you're not confident. So that's what, you know, you have to find the hat that is right for your personality, but also feels good on.
Let's talk about this hat real quickly because there's some significance to this beautiful purple chapeau.
Yeah. Okay. So this. I made this hat for time lapse for Churchill Downs to watch. It took us 6 hours to make this. They got it into 33 seconds. It was on the Jumbotron last year. Yeah. But this was just like a commemorative hat that we'd created.
And just so we have an idea, what are the different materials in
Okay,
this?
so the 6 hours, right? Okay, so this is parasisal straw, which is the main straw that we use, and it's very, very comfortable. It's lightweight, and it can dye to any color. It's fabulous. And it can be, as you can see, it can be molded into anything. So this hat is the same. Straw, and then we just mold it, we dye it, and then we mold it to whatever we want it to be. And this
petals are hand sewn, or
okay, so you're getting ahead.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so I told you I was a hat nerd. Okay, so this is a sheer material, which is really great because it gives you width, but not. It doesn't impede your view or light coming onto your face for photograph. Okay, no what? Okay, so then and then we bind the edge. We're all about the detail and the finishing work, which causes, you know, for the 6 hours. And then we have under where this seam goes together, we also have like a binding here. And it's great because it frames your face even more, like this in the larger.
hang on.
Yeah, wait, that's not a good example.
Where are you going?
All right, hold on. I'm sorry. I told you
There's a lot of hats here at Rhodes, by the way.
Yeah.
Lots to choose from.
It's like in this case, it frames, but
What a beautiful teal color. I guess it's
yeah, see, it frames around the face again here.
right.
And because it's all about bringing attention to your face and here. And, you know, this is the thing about Facebook and Instagram. It's all about right here. So you have to have a hat that looks good, fits good, because it's this, you know, and then you want people to focus in on your face and your eyes and that's how they get to know you.
So one of the things that you do a lot of is you work with the individual client and help them to pull together a look where all of this does look its very, very best. Let's go ahead and bring in your model. Introduce her.
All right. Okay. So this is Miss Kentucky America, and it's Katie Bouchard.
Hi, Katie. Thanks for being
Katie
here.
Bouchard.
Yes, you are Katie.
And so I'll use her. You're the model now, not me.
And Katie, you're going to be really busy on Derby Week.
Oh, yes. Got every event basically to attend.
So I'm going to make her.
So she needs a lot of hats. So while Christine's looking for these hats.
Okay, back to how we make this. So this is all flat fabric.
over here so we can hear you.
This is all flat fabric that's patterned out, and then we sew it together and form the flowers. That's what makes us different from other milliners, is that we actually make our flowers and our ribbons from scratch. So
I've been to your
the
shop
limit.
in New York City, and you actually paint some of them too.
Yes,
like
we
this
have
one is hand painted, right?
Yes, this is
Yes.
hand painted. Yep. Yeah. Oh, we have a lot of fun.
So let's see how different styles look on beautiful Katie.
All right. So then this is the one you're going to see her in on Oaks Day. She's wearing her crown, I hear, on Derby, of course. So this is This is a stand-up fascinator. It's in the
This is called a stand-up fascinator.
yeah, it's in the Australian style. You know, it's big and bold, and
I didn't know there was an Australian style. Did you?
Yes. Yeah, we're going to learn all of this, and so the thing is that you want to. This one's on a headband, and just like I did, you want to anchor it with the comb so that you can tip it towards your eyebrows, and it becomes one with her face and one with her body, and then just kind of goes out the shoe. That is true elegance. Just like.
All right, so it's just one.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know that either.
This is what I'm going to make her do. Okay. If you have a comb in, now can you do a jumping jack?
A real jumping
Yeah.
jack? Okay, here
right.
we go.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like good.
She's not going anywhere.
So if you have it on correctly with the comb, and also most milliners, not just me, you can bend the comb. You can bend this. Yeah. So like that's what I wanted to show you. Like this.
It's like, don't ruin her fascinator. She has to wear it on Oaks Day.
Okay. Can you do jumping jacks with this?
Oh, yes, let's try them again.
That really is something. Because I've had some issues before where I've suddenly realized on the red carpet it's down on my face.
Yeah. Or back. You don't ruin your fascinator story by wearing it like.
So I love the fact that there's an Australian style.
Don't do that.
Don't know. What's wrong with that?
It's too far back on the head. So we've got a break here. Your hair is breaking, and then it's not as sleek. So if you, again, tilt forward over your part side because the bulk of your hair offsets the trim, you know? So it just becomes, this is a Kentucky Derby style. This is a real thing. It is elegance. It is elegance. That's it. And it's a Southern Belle sort of feminine, more feminine style than other racetracks, but it's all about elegance. So you want to just keep it, like, look in the mirror and go, just futz with it until it's like just really smooth. And towards the eyebrow, for sure, is the way to go.
I don't know if mine's towards my eyebrow.
Yeah, you can't see. Where is it? Yeah. Is mine? Oh, no.
No,
I'm ruining my story.
Yours is kind of wrong. You look beautiful, though. All right. So these are some different options. This is a small. Would this be considered a fascinator?
Okay, this is like an American style fascinator. I wouldn't say that this is any influence from somewhere else. Like we have the stand up. There's just this American style. And then there's the British style that is so popular right now.
The British style. And this is thanks to Meghan Markle, you think?
I think so. Well, also,
By the way.
but it rolled again, like there was a resurgence for sure. And the thing about Meghan is that she's got a cleaner style.
Wow.
So it's more
Totally different look, right?
It's more about, and then with the elastic band, I'm in favor of the elastic band because it is so comfortable. You don't have there's nothing that digs into your head. And the only thing is that when you always, this is like a milliner's insult if you wear it under your chin.
So, do not, yes. You
don't
need to
insult your milliner. So Katie, if you turn. So it's under here, and then you fluff your hair around. Okay, now if
you actually see people wearing the strap under their chin.
Oh, yes. And there was a Facebook post of, I think it came from Australia, actually, and it was an artist had done a little progression of sketches of how to wear the Fascinator elastic, and it was, everybody was passing it around.
Keep showing us the right way to do it.
All right.
I do
right.
want to say,
I
though,
digress
this is probably
a lot.
the most comfortable thing I've ever worn.
Yeah, exactly. And then if there's an issue, you want it to be taut. So if you have an issue, just tie it here or alter it, or just the easiest way is to just tie it and keep it under your hair.
Lovely.
So, yeah. And again, towards the eyebrows.
Now, I want you to wrap up with Katie here because we need to get to the men, right?
Okay. So then there's a traditional big brim.
I'm calling it big brim because you've taught me that through the years. One of the things that's great about Christine is that she travels to all the different racetracks around the country, so she really knows the various styles. Yeah. And each racetrack has their own style, and we tend to be very Southern Belle here in Louisville.
So this is more of a traditional American Kentucky Derby style, the broad brim. Again, I'm always recommending like this. It is more expensive, but the sheer, because you get the width, but then the light is coming down on Katie's face. Of course, she also has the.
So it's not just about being able to see out of it. It's really more about bringing the light into your face.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's all about a good photograph.
Yeah, for sure. And then, there's others. Let's see. Yellow has been really popular.
Okay, so
this
yeah,
is
let's
another
talk
one
colors. So yellow is popular this year?
Yes, yellow and coral,
Yellow and coral.
light blue.
Oh, you know I'm always a fan
and
of blue.
always pink because the oaks, and it's so feminine. There's a drawstring in my hats, and I think now most milliners do this. There's a drawstring to pull in.
I remember back when you and I first started doing this together in the 90s.
Pulling your drawstring, yes.
And nobody had drawstrings that I knew of. And,
Yeah.
So this
I
is
think
a way
I
to
just-
tighten it up no matter what size your head is, right?
Yeah, and another thing is that, and some people use tissue and put it in the top of their crown because you want to see the face for sure, and you want to see the races. Remember, it is a race.
There is a horse. That's right. There is a horse race. Christine, while we've got this beautiful big brimmed hat here on Katie, there is a chance of rain in the forecast for Derby Day.
okay.
So what do you suggest?
Okay, so okay,
I know what I suggest.
Okay, run for cover. So yeah.
You taught me something that I do.
Okay, so there's one thing that is that Panama straw for the broad brim, or even like the least amount of, like, the horsehair is really good in the rain. Of course, it rains right through it, but you'll get wet. But also, you know, Fascinators are small, and they will keep their shape too. Feathers, birds fly in the rain. Is that what you're going to say?
No,
Yeah, that.
you know what? I was thinking, I wore one of your Fascinators last year made out of this material here, or maybe that, and
think it was this.
I got drenched working the red carpet, and it still looks lovely.
Oh yeah, that's what people say that, and I thought I'd get more fix it. So what we do is we just ask for people to pay for shipping or come to the trunk show. I will fix their hat from last year. You know, if it's my hat, I'll fix that up, and you have a brand new hat. But I know that's the thing, we haven't gotten a lot of people asking us to freshen their hats. So thank you. I mean, I think that's I think that's part of.
If you're spending money on a hat, you know, it does make you a little sad if you think it's getting ruined.
I find my work is artwork. So the thing is, I want to keep true to making sure that when somebody buys a piece of my collection, they're going to have it forever. So of course I'm going to fix it if it got caught in the rain.
Can I tell you my tip now? So my tip, which I thought you taught me, but if you're going to wear
talked a
something
lot
beautiful
about
about this, and it's going to rain, you wear a dry cleaner bag over
Yes.
it and tuck it up in here so you can still see how beautiful your hat is. You wear that from the long trip from the parking lot into the track, and once you get to your seat, you remove it and you look fantastic, and your hat's not ruined.
Exactly. Yeah, and I actually think I learned that from you in one of my first derbies in like the 90s.
There have been a lot of rainy derbies.
But there's one other thing I think I wanted just to say about the fit of women's hats. One is like stuff the tissue in the top to make it sit up a little higher.
Okay.
You know, we have elastic in some of our hats to keep it on for the wind, but it's always good if it sits a little higher sometimes. But don't show your bangs, because the bangs. No, you're okay. No, it's the hat is in lieu of your bangs, so you don't really need to have your bangs showing at all, which I think most Kentucky women know already. But the other thing is, if you most hats, my hats, but most hats,
Oh, look at that.
they have a wire with a memory. So if you want to change it up and you want to, and the sun is shining, and you
I
don't
like
need
that.
a rain hat,
Yeah.
and that's
rain
always
hat. These are the most elegant rain hats ever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then you can change the look and have, and some people even they'll buy a hat one year and they'll do, this is a Saratoga trick, honestly, and then they wear it the next
Saratoga
year.
racetrack.
Yeah,
This is what
then
they do
they'll
there.
wear it for another race, in the back, so the ornamentation is in the back, and then you feel like you're wearing a new hat, because then it's about here.
All right, so let's see Katie in her Oaks Day one more time, the Australian look. And you're going to be out here at Rhodes, I know, a lot between now and Derby Day, which is Saturday. Tell us about
Come and see.
if
Yeah,
you're
come.
flying into town and you need something.
Yeah, you can come over, and we'll all help you. The Rhodes crew and myself will help you find and even Mr. Blakey's, my husband, will help you find the right look, head to toe. They have shoes here. This is Katie's dresses from Rhodes, and then I'm here to either. I might be able to make you a hat right here. I might just be embellishing the hat. I don't know what you would need, but we want to make you race day ready.
All right.
So
Well, you
whatever.
certainly have a lot of options already out here.
We do, and we're getting more today, so really exciting.
All right.
New colors, yeah.
So Katie, you look beautiful.
Thank you.
I think you're going to look.
I love
smashing.
it already.
Yes. Very good. All right, and that's what it's all about, looking great, right? It is. All right.
Oh yeah. Yes. And the
Looking great and
photographer.
feeling great. I should have said feeling great.
Everybody wants to be on the Courier-Journal, and on Sunday, or they want to.
Anywhere. You could end up on national.
USA Today. They want that the what do you say, the slide through or whatever,
Galleries.
Thank
Yes.
you. Thank you. Word processor. That's been working a lot.
You're doing great. I know you put in so many hours.
Oh, yeah.
So should we go ahead and give a little fair time to the guys?
Yes, that's
because
right. Oh, yeah.
men have really stepped up their game as well. If you're coming to the Kentucky Derby and you're a guy who hasn't really thought through your outfit yet, I think it's time you do so. You have 3 days left?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So I found that men are very last minute. Oh wow.
That's been a
Yeah.
wonderful detail.
That's really. This is Rhodes. Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right,
Yeah.
so tell
So.
us about what Chris is wearing here.
Well, I don't know about this.
Well, you don't have
Chris
I
can
like
tell you
it.
about this because Chris works on the men's side.
Okay.
So, but the hat,
Yes,
the
top hat.
men, the fedora is the #1 hat in racing in general, and then of course the stingy brim, which is a small brim.
Is that what that means?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the main thing, and you just have to find the shape, and always the fit is important with men. They don't have hair to absorb like women do to absorb sizes. Like
Okay.
yeah, they have to be sized.
Okay.
So, so you want it to fit just like this, like 2 fingers above the ears.
Oh, show us that again?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually.
I think that's something that
Well,
that's
actually-
been lost.
Yeah. It depends on how. It's usually you want a finger or 2 between your ear and the hat and the brim.
I've
of the
never
hat.
heard that. So listen
So,
up, guys.
yeah,
2
so
fingers
you
between.
don't want it sitting right there. Right on your ear.
That does make a big difference.
But yes, it does. Yeah. And are you comfortable? But I always say that there's some action
yes,
that men,
of course.
I
men
don't wear
they
hats
have
normally.
you can do attitude too. Like okay, here you're thinking you're looking at the
That's when
race
you're heading.
book.
Okay, and when you're heading out into the infield.
Yeah, and here's when you're like you're watching the races and you're pretty sure you're a winner.
Yeah.
You
You're
know.
feeling very confident.
Yeah. But we at Rhodes we have different shapes of men's hats.
Yeah.
And
so
then
let's
we have
look at some of the other options that you have.
some of the Panama blocked hats in, so
This
that'll
is a
be
Panama
good.
block?
No, they're coming in today, more of them. But I think they're all.
You know how
Whole vibe.
Christine was saying.
Yeah, different shapes and sizes, but it's usually the same type of stingy brim fedora look for racing. But we have bowlers and fedoras, larger brim fedoras in Panama, and then the pork pie, which is always a good style. So everybody's gonna have to check out that to find out what the shapes are. Come on over and look. But the men are stepping up their fashion just like the ladies are. And then as a couple, which I wanted you to come over and I don't have anything that's really going to work. But
Can I just mention though, Chris? I love what you used on your lapel there.
Thank you,
Tell
I
me
have to
about
see.
that. Wait.
Trade.
Oh, sorry, yeah, trade.
So this is actually by a company called Brackish Bow Ties.
Yes.
And so it's all genuine feathers, and they're out of Charleston, South Carolina.
Can you see that? I hope with the microphone. I don't want it to be in the way, but that's just a great idea. That
Yes, ma'am. And it's very unique. It adds a little bit of character. I'm a big fan of the accessories, so anything that adds a little bit, I think, especially for this time of the year, it's the one time you can really go all out.
Pocket square.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, I'm not typically a big pocket square fan, but on Derby weekend,
Absolutely.
it's great.
Well, nowadays you have men's fashion you can only do so much with, so it really does come down to the little details that can make your outfit more complete, at least in my opinion.
Well, and I told you I wasn't going to talk to you, but you're doing a great
Here I am.
job.
Thank you.
So how did you combine these different patterns too? What's the key to that?
Really, it's just more about what you enjoy doing. So I like to mix prints. Some gentlemen don't. I like just kind of the softer prints you have, but then it all just kind of works together to make, bring out the reds is what I wanted to accentuate, at least with this outfit.
Yeah. So is there any key though? Like they shouldn't all be the same size or?
Yes, correct. So typically I like to mix what I call a hard print, so geometric shapes checks and stripes with softer prints like polka dots, paisley, micro prints, that sort of thing, and then make sure it all flows together. You don't want to have too many plaids of the same kind. You don't have all stripes, so mixing it up in the right way. And if you have any questions about that, you can always come see us.
Yeah, which might be a really good idea. I know one particular man who happens to be married to me that should come and see you before.
Absolutely.
All right, come on back in here. We have more.
Yeah,
Thank you, Chris.
Absolutely.
For the impromptu fashion
Yes,
guide.
ma'am.
I was trying to get them to look like a couple, but I do. Oh wait. Hold.
I don't think they'd mind.
So the one thing is that we've seen more and more people, women mostly, trying to incorporate the man's look into theirs and vice versa, so they look like a couple. Which it's been growing for a couple of years, but I've seen more and more like women are sending us their men's tie or their shirt, trying to match it all together. So actually, I was looking to make sure that they look like a couple, but I realized that kind of works.
Look at that.
So, yeah.
I mean, I can see some of the
wanna
same
be-
shades in here. Yeah.
My other job, I think, is matchmaking. Of course, none of them have worked out. So
There's always a first. There's always a first time. And I know you keep pictures of everybody, so you might be able to go back in time.
actually, yeah. But no, it's just fun to like go as a couple and just like look derby fabulous together. And
Derby fabulous.
Derby
Let's coin that now. That's
Hashtag
before it was Hatnator that you came up with. Now it's Derby fabulous.
yeah, and actually from your USA Today spot yesterday, I think it was. I learned truly that you call it Derby here. When I'm here, I say Derby. When I'm in New York, I say Kentucky Derby. And I realized it's just like you become part of it. It's in your blood. It doesn't matter where you go. If you're a Kentuckian, you go all over the world. Derby Day, you are ready to go and thinking about the Derby. It's amazing to me how it's like you guys are suckled on it.
It's not the word I would use.
Well, on that note, happy Derby week, right?
Sure.
Come out and check out Chris here at Rhodes. He can help you put together a fabulous men's outfit.
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Absolutely.
Christine will be out here. She'll have more men's hats as well.
And ladies' hats were
ladies'
delivered
hats, right?
in a few minutes. Yeah.
All right, and we'll all be looking for Katie on the red carpet, right?
Yes, I'll be there.
Thank you all. Thank you so much. Hey, let's talk Derby. I'm Kirby, and we have lots and lots of fun coming up here